Don't blink. It's your blink. Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well. So having a wonderful day on this 31st January 2025. Tokyo Ghoul, Break the Chain, fucking Master Chef Season 10 for free. My delicious drink. I want to do a bigger noise. I love doing that because people hate that. Today we have 3 days left. I know. It's 10 o'clock. We started at 7. Not too bad of a day. Not too bad. So today I'm going to talk about my creative process versus because I'm going through a weird phase right now. I'm going through a weird phase. Um okay. Okay, we're going to do that. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to talk about what's an artist and then we'll finish the day with chat with the stats. Um what should I do first? What you guys want first? I already started with the creative process, right? I finished with that. I'm having a really hard time right now. I'm going through a very traditional phase of life right now. Um, the very the very traditional phase of my life is I'm getting popularities. And people know me as Ink. They don't really know Steph. They know me as Ink, right? Which is cool. I like that. But it makes me question who is Ink. What is Ink, right? So we gotta ask how is Ink different, right? And it's funny because first of all, I'm gonna be asking Chat GPT, right? What is the creative process, right? Because we're trying to introduce Chat GPT and introduce and include it, right? We have the wonderful Hi Juniper. Oh, okay. So I don't remember how I did it. There you go. That's it. That's it. Hi Juniper. No, no. How's it working? Connection failed. Hi Juniper.
Hey there, how's it going?
Good. You?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Could you
How
please?
about you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Can you please define what is a creative process?
Sure. The creative process is the series of steps you go through to come up with and develop new ideas or creative works. It often involves stages like brainstorming, planning, creating, and refining. It can vary a lot depending on the person and the type of project.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so perfect. So right
Thanks,
now,
sir.
like we're saying, we're having this really hard problem with this content. This my processes to create content is so different because yeah. It's such a hard period of my life, but in the best of ways. So, for example, I was dating this girl, right? And sadly, it didn't work, but that's fine. And I was dating this girl, and we met through TikTok. So she knew my video. She knew, and I was having this conversation with her, and this is something that happened that was very, very, almost not so much traumatizing, but very eye opener. So she would talk to me about my content. She would talk to me about the video that I made, and there's this almost open door versus what I'm telling you as a friend. There's certain boundaries that I establish because I don't want us to jump into diving into whatever, right? So I was being one way with her, which is still very genuine. It's still very myself, and this is why I choose to show you. I'm showing you Steph. Right? But you would also see in Vendetta videos, which are very open book, very diary. See, there's the process, the creating process is absolutely phenomenal because since I started making content, there was always this. I'm hoping it works. This is fun to do. It would be a nice job, right? It would be a really nice job to do, and I would be so proud of myself. So I go in and I push it and I push and I push and I push and I push and it works. And then I like I said, I meet you guys and I show you my face. I get more comfortable. Then I start filming myself, and then there's a period where I'm getting more comfortable. And because I get more comfortable, most of my videos are me talking to you guys or having conversation or almost diary entry or almost the evolution of a person, right? Which is the goal of the channel. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, and please do not take it the wrong way because it's meant as a compliment. The fact that I didn't get views, the fact that I nobody gives a shit, is very reassuring because even if I say something that is a bit too personal, nobody gives a shit. So there's no consequences. For example, I say, hey, today I had a fight with my mom and I really hurt my feelings, right? Nobody's gonna give a shit because nobody's gonna see it, right? So the girlfriend or the ex-girlfriend was a very first increment of not only am I talking to you, but you know what I said, right? So, for example, right, it's weird. So you meet somebody, and you're not gonna be right away like, hey, this is how I feel about you, right? Then you're gonna make a video and say, hey, I met this girl and she's pretty chill, and she's like, oh, I'm pretty chill, huh? I'm like, oh fuck, I did say that, you know. So the creative process is very different. It's this personal thing that's becoming because you guys knowing me more. It's becoming almost this. But I want to be myself with you guys. I want to be open minded. I wanted to be like. I don't want to be less. I don't want to share less of my life or my emotions or my days because you know me, right? It's a different feeling because there's a direct, not necessarily consequences, but there's the direct reaction with you guys seeing the content, right? For example, I had a friend, Janice. Janice is a friend, has been a friend of mine for years, for like for a year, but it sounds like eternity. And he saw a video that I cried, and he was like, "Hey, are you good?" And when I was crying, I was sad. But after that, it's been a couple hours. Streaming, I was over it, right? And he was like, "Dude, are you doing good?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" He said, "Oh, just asking." And then I was like, "Okay." And in my mind, I'm like, "Why is he asking?" And then I remember, "Oh yeah, I posted that video." But possibly thought I was still sad, right? It's a very very weird experience of being open, and I think it's very normal, to be honest. I think I'm the problem. I think I was too closed off to a lot of people. I think I haven't been enough, and I haven't been able to share my emotion and my train of thought. Some of the lighting, I can't do shit. I can't do like this. Is not gonna help anything, right? So you'll have to forgive me. This is the lighting we have. If I could change it, I would change it. I can't. Okay, that's life. Um, so yeah, so maybe I haven't been open. And lately, in 2025, I decided to do like a balance things, right? So balance out everything. And it's weird because I'm closed off in real life. I'm very closed off. I'm gonna talk with you guys, but it's gonna be how are you doing? It's gonna be talk about conversation. Oh, like for example, yesterday we did a live, right? And I was talking about ramen. Not because it doesn't matter if I was talking about ramen; they were delicious. But if somebody asks you how you're doing good, and you don't go into details, but you talk about ramens, and I'm talking in the surface, right? It's not great. Um, so because I was closed off, I'm right here, right? And people will see my life because I'm expressing myself up here when I make videos. So I have to be more like that. I have to be more balanced in the fact that I'm openly sharing, even if it's not a video, talk about how I feel, right? That will be something I work on. So the creative process is very different because again, it's I'm gonna talk. My creative content is I have a lot of ideas. So it's basically this day I thought about something. Yesterday I thought about something, and I make those. And it's possibly the worst content creation process because I'm gonna have these ideas, right? I'm gonna plan and I'm gonna be doing the videos. So the videos I'm doing today are ideas that I had yesterday, right? But there's days where I've had idea for the next day. The next day I don't feel like making videos. I don't make videos. So now I have a ton of plans, and those videos are idea or concept that I'm seeing. And like I don't know what I was thinking when I started that. They're a different version. Also, the creative process is so cool because it is a very personal experience, a very personal thing. You know, it's like it's like I feel like you guys have the opportunity to live through me. I was feeling that way. He made a video that was that way. Then I understand how it is. You know, like for example, right? This paper, right? Um, Dex relationship oaks and Dex story. Okay, here's one. See, I have so many notes on here, but I don't know what it means. I don't understand. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what that was. Is that because that's probably good videos? Fuck. And it's sad because that's not a good content creating process. Then I have those many ideas, and there's too many of them, you know. Then I had a Summer. She's a comment. She commented on my videos, and Like you're too much aiming for quantity versus quality. I don't do quantity. I do videos I can forget. But it would have been quality. Also, I'm lucky in the content creation process, right? Because I'm gonna have IDs. There's day where I have no IDs and I take them off, right? But most of all, it's more so in the moment. When I make content, it's more so in the moment. It's more so in the moment IDs. So that this day today I'm gonna make these videos and that's it. I'll never think about it again. Also, it's very almost therapeutic because you have this idea and you're wondering question and you want to explore that idea or that concept and you're making a 20 minutes video about it and you're like, okay, well, I understand what I was trying to say or what I was trying to do. Right now, as a content creator, there's another thing. There's the algorithm. There's the stats, right? And I was seeing people that are much younger than me. It's you see, this guy is I think he's like 14, right? And he's a nice guy, but he's very young, and his dream is to make content. And he comes on one of my videos, right? And I didn't know who the fuck he was. I didn't know who he was. But he just comes in my life and like, hey, when I have and it's not the first time. I had this other guy who came in and I was playing Fortnite and this guy he saw that I was getting popular and he was like, hey, I want to play Fortnite with you. And every time he was getting mad at me for playing Fortnite without talking to him. Why didn't you tell me that you were playing Fortnite? I said, what did I have to tell you? Oh, I could have streamed. Why do I have to play Fortnite with you when you stream? I don't understand. Right? So the guy, he's gonna come in my life. The new person, he's gonna come in my life, and he's like 14. He's like, hey, commenting on my videos. Say, hey, I uploaded, and usually I know it's more so I watch your video, so you watch mine. I comment on your video, so you comment on mine. It's more so an algorithm thing, but I have so many commenters, so many people that are coming into my community, so many people who are starting to know, I'm starting to really like, right? And those people in my community, they're youngers, right? So I have to be this guy. I have to be this role model for them. And with this kid, I have to be a role model for him. And I'm watching some of this video, and this guy is talking about the stats. He's talking about the his views and things like that. And then I see one of my really really good friend, who's also a content creator, which is true, but it's a lot. And Kyle, he's also looking at the stats, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't look at the stats. And I start looking at the stats, but the stats are complicated because the stats are really complicated because yeah. First of all, what is the stats? What is stats? Right? It's really cool. Okay. I don't know how to do it. Okay. Will you hear me? Juniper, can you explain to me statistic? You're gonna tell me? No, you're not gonna tell me. No, you're not gonna tell me. No, I want you to fucking tell me. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm still discovering how ChatGPT work. Right? Juniper, can you please explain to me stats? Juniper,
Yes?
can you explain to me statistic?
Sure. Statistics is the branch of mathematics that deals with collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and presenting data. It helps in making sense of data by using various methods and tools to identify patterns, trends, and relationships.
We're just gonna
Is
start
there
a new
anything?
recording, guys.
Statistics is commonly divided into two main types, descriptive and inferential. Descriptive statistics summarize and describe the features of a data set. Inferential statistics use a random sample of data to make inferences about a larger population. Do you want to dive into any particular area?
No, thank you.
All right, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask.
So, the beautiful thing about stats with content creation is that not too long ago, not too long ago, 10 years. When you look at the history of mankind, 10 years is nothing. When you look at history, and again, I got a comment this morning. We're gonna introduce that comment. We're gonna include comments in the video. So, a lot of people were just making content to be for fun, and then it became a bit more professional when there was a pay involved. It was actually a work. People right now are retiring from YouTube, right, which is amazing, and it's nuts because it's nuts because like holy shit, this is a real job, right? So then you a lot of people use a real job, and it's not so much about the passion, it's about cash, right? So they go in and they're looking at statistic, and that's why when I see people as young as 14, or my boy, he's a really good person, I look at him and I'm like, holy shit, you're very serious about that, right? And maybe I should be more serious about that. The statistics right now are super important because we have this under, but also I'm thinking YouTube. I'm focusing on YouTube because YouTube has been there for a while longer. So there's studies about YouTube versus study about TikTok, right? Also, YouTube is there to stay. I don't know about TikTok, but on YouTube there's almost proven strategy to get their strats versus stats strategy. And then you're like, okay, well, if I look at my statistic, and the statistic when you take a look about it, oh, you want to take a look about it? Cool. I think that would add to the content too. That's actually a good idea. Okay, so we're gonna be ooh. Oh, I lost a follower. Lost followers on the gaming channel. Shit. Okay, I'm just gonna show you on the main channel because there's more going on there. Good. Okay, so you see the statistic. This is my main channel, right? So I'm going to show you the analytics. So when you look at it, there's a lot of analytics. There's a lot of like graphics, right? But it's super cool. You're getting this. I cannot see. I can't read. You're getting this. You're getting this. You're getting this, right? You see which video made good, which video the stats were good, right? You can go in the yeah, it's actually pretty cool. You can look at the trends. Oop. See, I'm not very good at holding things with my mouth. Got some gag reflex, I guess. Trends. See? Oh. It's crazy how I got 8,000 views in the last 30 days. This is, to me, and I'm very happy about that. I'm very, very happy that I got that. I'm very grateful. Sometimes it's so intimidating. I'm just a normal guy. 126 returning viewer. Look how nice this is. Look at the stats. This is how nice this is. I should do a video on the stats. That could be a cool video. Yeah, it could be a cool video. So, go. Perfect. So it's nice because statistics are very. If you want to do math, and I love math. I've always loved math. At school, there was one class that I actually managed to pass. Well, not only one class, but there was one class I was managing to excel. It's mathematics because it just made sense. And also the fact that my father, as a kid, was like, "Yo, math's gonna need it. The rest, but the math's gonna need it." So okay. So yeah, so stats are super cool. And when you look at it, it's quite intimidating because like this normal guy. I had Michael this morning ask me, "Why aren't you famous yet?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't care, you know? Not because I don't want to be famous, but because right now it's not the most important thing, right? And yeah, I don't know. I mean, the stats, you know, they're quite intimidating. Stats are dangerous, guys. Stats are very dangerous. In the sense that if you're performing good, you love it. You love it. If you're not performing good, you hate it. People will be obsessed with stats. People will be obsessed with stats. They will chase trend. They will say stats. It's all for the more views. It's all for the more comments. It's a very dangerous thing. Because the second you focus on stats, you don't focus on what's working for you. Like, okay, well, I'm on the stats. I don't know how I feel about it. It's a very different thing. So I don't know how I feel about it. And if I'm being completely honest, it's a bit scary. I don't want it to be a bit scary, but it is. It is. It is. When I think about, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a question of, I'm gonna be looking at like a manipulator, but when I see a likes, I feel like, okay, well, it's more than a like. Somebody like the video. When I see a supportive comment, I say, okay, well, this person liked the video. When I see people that are coming back and commenting, and I recognize faces, that's love. And in my mind, you can quantify love. You can say to a person, I love you a lot, or I love you a little bit. As close as it's going to be to, this is as close as you're going to be to putting a value on love, right? A little bit and a lot, right? You'll never tell somebody, I love you medium. You'll never say that. You'll never say that. You'll say, I love you a lot. Well, I like you a little bit. I do like this person. And what stats is just how much these people love you. And that's so dangerous. That's the worst thing you can ever think about. The worst thing you can ever say. This is horrible, 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 horrible. If my stats are going down, do these people like me as much or as less? You never want to talk that. You never want to take that. And I don't want. It's. That's why I have a complicated relationship with stats. Never want to ask myself the question: do they love me less? Because that love came from a person. That love came from a. It didn't come because I'm popular. It become, I like this guy. To me, that means so much. Because I've dealt with self confidence issues my whole life. I've dealt with not loving myself. Not loving myself. I latched on to others. I latched on lovingly to others because I hated myself so much. Now I'm feeling love, and I'm feeling love from you guys, and it means so much to me, and it's such a powerful, wonderful thing, and like, holy shit, what can I do? What did I do to deserve that? And I know it's not nice to say that, but it's the truth. What did I do to deserve that? And I'm afraid because the second I think, when you don't like me enough, right? Right now, I saw my number of followers go down. And I'm like, oh shit. It's weird because you should never say, hey, I own those follows. It's weird. And the part I'm most scared of, the part that's fucking terrifying, is one day I'm going to have a family to feed. I'm going to have a family to feed. And that love will not be enough. I'm with money, I'm good. I can be broke as fuck, I'll manage. I'll always find a way to manage. I sacrifice myself. I'll eat ramen for a month. I don't care. I'll eat rice for a month. I don't care. But my kids are gonna need more. And right now, those statistics means nothing to me. I'm very grateful. They mean positive. When it's positive, I'm very grateful. When they're negative, okay, well, it's a bad month. It's okay. It's fine. It doesn't matter. There's gonna be a way where those statistics is gonna be meaning. Gonna mean putting food on the table. And imagine this moment as a moment where It's almost the death of a passion and the beginning of a job. It's very scary. It's very scary. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I love you guys. Take it easy. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you.